Hello, I'm John Callender,
I'm Brandon Edgerton.
I'm Dominic Samaric.
and today we're going to be talking about Lean Six Sigma. First off, what we think Lean Six Sigma is, it's a collaborative effort to improve a process and eliminate waste.
Lean Six Sigma, it was introduced by an engineer at Motorola in 1986, and it was inspired by Japan's Kaizen project.
So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to go into in-depth on what lean is and 7 types of Muda, and we're going to have skits set up of what bad Muda is and good and how to fix that Muda. And at the end, we're going to have a professional interview talk about lean for you.
Lean achieves its goal by using less technical tools such as Kaizen, workplace organization, and visual controls, whereas Six Sigma tends to use statistical data analysis, design experiments, and hypothesis tests. Lean Six Sigma is a method that relies on collaborative team effort to improve performance, systematically removing waste and reducing variation. This is something that my friend John here said earlier. It combines lean manufacturing, lean enterprise, and Six Sigma to eliminate 8 kinds of waste, Muda.
So Muda is an activity that absorbs resources but does not create value. There are 7 types of Muda. They include motion, which that could be incorrect layouts in the office, lack of proximity of machines, offline resources. There's waiting, which means like waiting for work of machines or processors, long lead times or setups. Overproduction could be large batches and inventory. Planning for 100% utilization of machines and labor. Processing, poor machine maintenance, unnecessary processing steps, longer lead times. Repairs and rejects, which are long delays, costly rework, and dissatisfied downstream customers. Inventory, which is stock of raw materials and finished goods, additional space requirement and or clutter. Transportation and is unnecessary movement, extra handling or moving in inventory.
So up next is the 5 fundamentals of lean. There are 5 fundamentals of lean. The first one is value. Value is a capability provided to a customer at the right time at an appropriate price, as defined by each case by customer. The next fundamental of lean is value stream. Value stream is a set of all operations necessary to transform inputs. Input is information, raw materials, labor, and energy. And the value stream transform those inputs into customer sought products or services. The next fundamental of lean is flow. Flow makes the value flow. After eliminating waste using a value stream, we should make the value creating flow. Next up is pull. Pull is the requirements of the customer of the next step or ultimate customer. In such processes, pull can create a JIT system of supplying product at a customer's pull. Next up is the last fundamental, and it's perfection. In a lean process, we always say pursue perfection. Pursue continuous process improvement, striving for perfection.
Being that Lean Six Sigma deals mostly with Muda, that's what our skits are going to be based off of, and the first skit we're going to be talking about is motion.
First off, could you please state your name and your current profession?
My name is Theodore S. Carr, and currently I am retired from Vidant Medical Center, and I am an adjunct professor at East Carolina University, teaching in the School of Technology.
Okay. Are you familiar with Lean Six Sigma? And if so, could you please define it for us in your own terms what you believe Lean Six Sigma is?
Oh, definitely. Yes, I am a ASQ certified Six Sigma black belt, and I have my primary job previously was teaching Lean and Six Sigma and implementing Lean Six Sigma at Vidant Medical Center. So yes, I have a little bit of familiarity with it. To me, lean is all about waste, is number one. And with lean, I define it as throughput, efficiency, productivity, looking for all those non value added items, um, but mostly being driven by the customer or patient, the voice of the customer, which is very important in applying those different concepts and methods. And that's because a lot of times we take the view of trying to improve a process from the standpoint of the engineer or the medical doctor or the person that's kind of running or has a major impact on the process. And we sometimes overlook the customer, which is absolutely critical. Six Sigma, very, very good system here, which is the DMAIC overall problem solving that makes you go through step by step to start with a good problem identification and all the basic steps there, looking for both defects and variation in the process. Generally, um, what lean can do for you is move the mean, whereas Six Sigma oftentimes moves the standard deviation or the variation of a process. So they go hand in hand. Um, the major difference I see is that Six Sigma, even by its name, is a very statistically driven program that a lot of people really don't understand or enjoy. So therefore, lean sometimes gets more of a green light in an organization because it avoids a lot of the statistical applications and methods. Okay. Anything else on that one?
That was a perfect answer for that question, sir. Next question is, if you've used Lean Six Sigma in the past, could you please give an example of where you've had to apply it practically?
Oh, yeah. Let me go back to Viden Medical Center and just give you different examples for each. For instance, in the lean aspect, when we were going through looking at all the batteries that are used, because nowadays much of the medical equipment is battery driven, and including the large 12, uh, 12 volt batteries like car batteries. When we got through that whole process, we found out the batteries were turned into the engineering section, which were then transferred to the back area of the engineering area, which were then transferred eventually to the loading dock. And then periodically things would be picked up and taken over to a warehouse. And then at that warehouse, a supplier would come in and pick up all the batteries and charge us for carrying off all this quote trash. And that's the way the process worked for years. And supplier was extremely happy with the whole system. And really, when you take a look at it, uh, all those batteries have a salvage value with them and are really worth money. And so what we did was change the whole process and lean everything out to the point where we found a supplier that would come in and pick up the batteries direct from the dock rather than the warehouse on a periodic basis and pay us for those batteries. So we went from a negative cash flow of paying somebody to take away quote scrap to a positive income stream of having people come in and pay us for good recyclables. So that was a typical lean project right there where we took out the waste and the non-value added steps and really kind of revised things financially. On the Six Sigma, the big one that we got into there was working in the operating room with surgery, and we got into using what they call ABC, activity-based costing. We really didn't know how much these operations cost because of the way things are costed at the hospital and the medical world. And so we did an in-depth study of all the different metrics, wheels in, wheels out for the patients, how long doctors took to perform the same operation like a total knee replacement, how many people were there, what equipment was used, the flow of people throughout with a map, all the parts that went into the replacement knee, things like this, and then again all the timings, and then came back with an improvement process. And what that did was bring us in well under the $14,000 that Medicare said was the standard price they were willing to pay for that operation. But up until that time, without going through the DMAIC, the problem solving, doing the mapping, watching the people, all these kind of things, and improving the process, we didn't know if we were making money on that operation or not. So there's one way there that we took a look and avoided the variation and really focused on the process and the cost. Okay?
Yes, sir. Do you think Lean Six Sigma and its techniques and applications are going to be important for the future?
If you take a look at what companies are doing, um, yes, it's spreading into much more than the industrial world where it all started on the Toyota production floor. And you see all the service industries getting into it, what they call transactional lean for finance, accounting, purchasing, those areas. You see it going into retail, warehousing, all the supply chain activities. So yes, you see that, um, and at least it's gotten beyond the awareness stage where. The awareness is just that management knows that some of these terms and something's happening generally, where it is now being applied in many areas. Um, to which degree and to the success, that's another focal point altogether. But the idea is it's gone beyond awareness to applications. And there are some companies that are publishing just tremendous successes that they're having and just some of the silly mistakes that they've looked at and lived with for years. So yeah, it's definitely that combination of Lean Six Sigma is a real big aspect that I think will continue, and that's why I'm saying I work both with industry, everything from railroad and transportation to hospitals, and two different industries, but really a lot about movement, a lot about standard deviations and variation. So the concepts apply across the board regardless of the underlying industry or organization.
Okay. Okay. Well, sir, that's all the questions we have. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the topic or say about Lean Six Sigma?
Absolutely. One of the biggest failures that I have seen is that as those companies went from the awareness stage to the application, rather than bringing in qualified people with experience and a background to set up the programs and run the operations, they are promoting people from within. And so they will take somebody and say, from now on, you're the performance improvement coordinator. And these people are in a panic because they don't necessarily have the experience, the education, and things like this. One of the examples I used in the medical field is that I asked a group of nurses if I, as an engineer, could do nursing for the day. And they said, of course not. You're not trained for that. You're not qualified. So my question is, why then do you think you can do Lean Six Sigma as an engineer?
Okay.
Okay, that kind of got the deer in the headlights look. But that's what's happening in many areas. And then they're coming back and saying, gee, this stuff really doesn't work as well as we had hoped. And that's a real big part of it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Oh man, I forgot my book bag. Can you go get it for me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
All right, thanks, man.
There you go, dog.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, man.
man, I forgot my book bag. Can you go get it for me?
Yeah, man, of course.
All right, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Here you go, dog.
Thanks, man. That didn't take long at all.
No.
You know, instead of waiting, you can help me polish some of these balls.
Nah, you got it, man. You need any help?
Yeah, man, I got a full rack here. If you want to start helping,
Sure,
there's some,
man, sure.
some rags right there, man.
I got you.
Wow, 2 people really makes this quicker.
I know, right? What's up, my man?
What's going on?
Yo, I need like 3 cough drops.
All right, of course. Get that right out for you.
I got you. I'll be back in a bit.
All right, cool. Wow, this is really easy to make cough drops.
What's up, my man?
What's going on?
My 3 cough drops?
Yeah, there's 3 right here.
Appreciate it, my man. Thank you. You have a good
Of
one.
course, you too.
What are these extras?
It was really easy to make them, so I made a lot.
We have to throw these away now. We can't keep them overnight.
Oh, well.
What's up, my man?
What's going on?
Yo, I need like 3 cough drops.
All right, I'll make them right up for you.
All right, I'll be right back, man.
All right.
What's up, my man? You got my 3 cough drops?
Yeah, man, they're right here.
All right. Appreciate it, my man. See you.
You know we're not supposed to be taking notes on this, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh. Can't believe I missed that.
You're not Kobe, man. No, you know we're not supposed to be taking notes on this, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll throw this away then.
Alrighty.
Yo, haven't you been on hold for like an hour now?
Yeah, man, I've been trying to send these emails to all my employees, but my internet went out, and I've been waiting for over an hour to try and get it fixed.
Dang, man, that sucks. Hey man, the internet just went out.
Oh, it's out? All right, I'll call and get it fixed. Don't worry.
Hello, this is Dr. Samaric from Suddenlink. How can I help you today?
Hey man, over here at 302 Maple Street, we're trying to get some work done, man, but our internet just went out. Do you think you can get over here and fix it?
Oh, yes, sir. Of course. We'll have someone out there in about 10-15 minutes.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, bye.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, that was really fast. Hey man, can you find me that tax reform document, please?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me try to
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Nah, you're all right. Take
There
your
you go.
time. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Excuse me. Could you find me the tax reform document, please?
Oh yeah, of course. I keep it very organized. I got it just right here, just for it.
Oh, that's awesome.
There you go, man.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hey man, what are you doing over there with those blue balls?
I'm moving them over here.
The boss called earlier and he said to move the blue balls into the blue rack, not the pink one.
Oh, all right. What's up, man? What are we doing today?
Boss called. He said he wanted all the blue balls to put on the blue rack.
Got you, man. Got you.
All right, man. All right, the first skit we did showed motion. It was the Get My Book Bag skit. So for the first part, which is the bad explanation of it, in the clip, I asked Dom to retrieve my book bag, but there was an object obstructing his pathway to my book bag, so he had to have extra motion. In the second clip, there was no object in the way. He could walk straight to the book bag, get it, and there was no extra moves or motions. So that just is a little overview of motion in Muda.
So for our second skit, we did polishing of bowling balls. It was a weighting skit. For the bad, what we did was me and John was, well, as you saw, John was polishing the bowling balls and I was moving them to the rack. In the bad skit, I had to wait. So instead of waiting, I was just on my phone and it caused an inefficiency in the motion of me moving the bowling balls to John so he can polish them. In the good skit, we fixed that by me actually going and offering to help John polish the bowling balls, and that's creating more room so I can move bowling balls over there. Let's see. This actually decreases like long lead time and like the setup. It was much faster and got the job done faster.
All right, in the first skit, John was asked to make 3 cough drops. He found it easy and overproduced. This was overproduction, and he ended up throwing away those extra cough drops he made. In the second skit, John was asked to make 3 and made 3, which didn't involve overproduction. This goes back to producing more goods than the market demand and large batches of inventory. Since he had to throw it away, that was a waste, and you can't have that in the business.
All right, so the next fundamental of Muda that we're going to be talking about is processing. So in the skit, in the bad section, me and Dom were taking notes. He alerted me that I didn't need to take notes, so I decided to throw the paper away. Shot it very inefficiently, missed the trash can because I'm not a basketball player. Had to move the desk out of my way, walk, go pick it up, throw it away, and then return to the seat. In the good skit scenario, he told me didn't need to take notes, crumbled up the paper, just went ahead and got up, walked, and threw it away in the trash can. And this just shows some of the unnecessary process steps that were taken. Me throwing the paper, missing, then having to go get it, that was an unnecessary step. I should have just picked it up, walked over there, and threw it away.
This can also lead into longer lead times, and in a company, you can't have that because that causes waiting.
All right, so for the next segment, we had a phone company having to wait. John was doing some paperwork and the internet went out, so he had to call a phone company, and the company put him on hold and he had to wait, so he caused valuable time being wasted to send out emails to his people. In the good skit, we had a good internet service that was used, and it reduced the wait time for the internet company to send somebody to come fix the internet issues that he was having. The type of Muda that this is affecting is the repairs and rejects. It stops from long delays for troubleshooting. Helped it by him calling a better internet service and having them pick up and sending someone else. Instead of waiting for like hours to get the internet service ready, he waited like 10, 15 minutes. And it saved him money in the long run too from his work.
When it comes to these two skits, this is the messy desk. The desk being cluttered made the service less professional and had non-value added time in the work needed to be done. This first skit, Dom had a messy desk, and it took him a while to find the tax reforms that John asked for. And the second skit, he cleaned up his desk. He had the tax reforms in a place where he remembered, and when John asked for him, he got it immediately. This saved not only a lot of time, but it also made it look more professional.
All right, for our last one, it's going to be representing transport. So in the skit, it was the moving balls skit. So I was behind the counter. Dom was the employee. He was coming in to work. In the first skit and the bad one, he didn't know what work he was doing. So he was moving the balls everywhere, putting them in the wrong spot, just useless work. It was wasting time, energy. It was extra handling. He was just moving the inventory around, and it was a lot of unnecessary movement. Second skit, the good version, he came in, he asked me what he should be doing, and he did it, and it was very fast and efficient. So, in conclusion, this was our overview of Lean Six Sigma and its concepts. We really hope this video helped people grasp the concept of Lean Six Sigma and provided them with a better understanding of it and the concepts on a practical level. Thank you for watching.
Bro,